Hey y'all. So we just took a turn down a road. It's going to be a total pain in the ass if I remember correctly. And right before I turned on this road, I was thinking this is going to be a pain in the ass. But I still did it anyway because fuck it, right? Sometimes you just got to make shit harder on yourself because then you learn. Or not. You know, maybe you don't learn at all. But you at least have a story, you know? You're like, hey, I've been lost. Or, yeah, I couldn't find the place. It took me forever to find the place, you know? A lot of people got that story. So I guess you have a story that people can relate to and they can bond over that. They're like, yeah, I've been lost before. I've been lost before. Thank you so much for reminding me that I'm not alone. Yeah, see, this is what I did, you guys. I turned onto a road that leads to the hospital. And I don't know if you've ever been to a hospital, but it's usually very confusing. Even if it's a hospital that you've been to many times, it's still confusing just based on like the parking lot and like, you know, where you know certain places are located. It's just, they always make it fucking confusing. I think they do that shit on purpose. But anyway, it's just more arrogance in the medical field. But yeah, see, they have all these unnecessary speed bumps and shit. I have no idea where I am now. No idea where I am. I'm just gonna keep fucking driving. Oh, wait. I think I know where I am. Maybe not. No. That's mapco. That's mapco. Okay. Sad that mapco is an oasis. A lot of things are an oasis that you wouldn't expect, you know? It's just funny, like, certain stuff. Don't expect yourself to feel a certain way about it. But you don't know what the future leads. You don't know where the future leads. I was gonna say you don't know what the future holds, but I said the wrong thing. Yeah, so you don't know what the future holds, and you also don't know where the future leads. So that's essentially the same shit. Multiple ways to say the same thing. It seems like people always say stuff in a way that, you know, it's funny because of all this obsession with like PC culture and shit. But it's like there are certain people, I feel like they go out of their way to say things in the most offensive way possible. And then there are people that say things in like the lamest way possible. Like they want a certain kind of reaction out of people, or like they're afraid of making people mad or something, and so they don't say things that they need to say. You see this happen a lot in relationships where people like don't tell the person they're with like something that's important, and it ends up coming up later in the relationship, fucking it up. Like, oh yeah, I didn't think that was important, you know? Yeah, me telling you I had herpes, yeah, that it's trivial. It's trivial information. Now, all right, now I can throw off my seatbelt that I was pretending to wear. Fuck yeah, right? But yeah. So Ani DeFranco, this reminds me of this song that she sang about that, like how we don't say everything that we could so that we could say later, oh, you misunderstood. She's got a way with words, man. That's why she's a poet. She's a singer-songwriter. There are lots of singer-songwriters. They're not fucking poets. They're fucking crappy crap is what they are. But yeah, I mean, if you got away with words, you can make me like still like you and understand you, even if I don't agree with you all the way. Like that's pretty cool. That's talent there, you know. Anyway, you guys see that shit? You guys see the light from the back? Those are cars. They can't wait to get away from me. There they go. Goodbye. Ho! Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, but it's like people say things in like the nicest possible way, so it doesn't offend people. And then it's like, well, you could have just got to the point. You could have just said what you really meant. But instead you say all this other stuff, and maybe like 5% of it's true, but the rest of it's a bunch of bullshit, you know? But it's like so many people, they say shit like, oh, I didn't know how to tell you. You just tell somebody. That's all you gotta do, man. You just gotta tell them. It's like the best way to go about it is just to fucking say it, you know? Don't try to come up with some like sugar-coated bullshit, you know? Because even if they get upset with you, first of all, if they get upset, they're fucking dumb, you know? If you tell the truth and people get upset, they're fucking dumb, and they're not worth a shit. If they're worth a shit, eventually they'll understand that you were trying to do a good thing. Eventually. They might not understand it now. That was the sound of somebody getting the fuck away from me. That's always how the truck sounds, though, I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I wonder if, like, cars can make specific sounds for, like, drivers around them that annoy them on the road, you know? Because I always think that, like, anytime, like, a car speeds up, I'm like, oh, yeah, they did that just to show me, you know? I can already tell. I can tell by the attitude. But anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. You're talking about how you don't say things that you mean to say. Like, you don't, people don't say things they want to say because they're afraid to offend people. And yeah, I mean, like, that's really, like, the reason why our society is crumbling is because we're so afraid to, like, tell people the truth, man. And then you got Donald Trump, the president, you know, like, of course. How can people not understand this shit? I mean, it's the very people that don't understand it, those are the very people that are, like, they're making such a scene because, like, they just, you know, they can't grapple with reality, man. I feel like if most people knew, like, what was really up, they probably wouldn't be able to handle it. Like, they'd probably kill themselves, or they drink too much, and they do that shit on purpose, you know, because it's scary. It's also really terrible, you know? It's like, wow, you really can't trust anything, you know? Like, random stuff, like, you'll get, like, a movie or a TV show, or maybe a song come out where it'll be an obvious attempt at a whistle-blowing tactic, you know? But that's about it. And there aren't enough people that notice it. There are enough people to, like, go on, you know, maybe 4chan or some shit like that and say something about it. But it's like there's a reason why those types of people get made fun of, you know? Because they're, like, outrageous people in society. You know what I'm talking about? I know that you do. You're just denying it right now. Are you ashamed? Are you afraid? Don't be. Don't be ashamed or afraid to believe in conspiracies. They're typically right. If you've done your research, you'd realize that. But people don't do research. It's like they read this stuff that they've been presented, and it's all garbage, garbage, garbage. So it's like no wonder these people are totally full of shit, because like all they do is read garbage, listen to garbage, watch garbage, eat garbage, drink garbage, absorb garbage. Of course, they're going to eventually be garbage, turn into garbage, transform into nothing but garbage. It's terrible too, because it's like, you know, I meet people all the time that are like, you know, I think they're good people, but it's like, they're sheep. They're sheep. And, you know, they might not, I don't think of people as my enemies. Like, even if they're on a different political side, I mean, I don't give a fuck. That doesn't mean shit anyway. All that matters is, like, how you live your life. Do you live your life good? Are you, like, a good person, or are you just a piece of shit? You know? That's all that matters to me personally, you know? Maybe you're like a die-hard Jimmy Buffett fan. Like, I'm not a die-hard Jimmy Buffett fan, but I can still vibe with somebody who is, because I'm sure there's other shit that we can agree on. There's like all these people that you think, oh, I'm not supposed to be friends with you, or I can't hang out with you, or whatever the fuck. It's like, no, you can hang out with anybody. You just gotta learn, like, I mean, I hate people, man. I hate people, and yet I can figure out how to approach people or not approach people. You know, it's not that hard. You just gotta pick up on clues. You just figure out how to read people. And once you start doing that, you'll start to see how many people lie all the time, straight through their teeth about everything. And it's mainly because they want to be liked, and they just don't want people to think that they're, you know, insensitive or callous or whatever. It's like, is that the worst thing? Is that the worst thing that could happen, is that somebody thinks you're insensitive? Who gives a fuck? I don't know. Let me tell you, people that make jokes about rape and incest and all that shit, it's because, like, we have to. Like, whatever empathy you think that we don't have, I guarantee you we have boatloads of it. Boatloads of it. And that's why this place is so dark. It's like, I know the kind of shit that people do in the world, and it's fucking terrible, man. You think that Trump is bad? Jesus Christ, you have no idea. You have no fucking idea, man. I mean, there's plenty of shit I don't know about. You know, I'm sure, like, I'm driving on the interstate right now. Okay, this interstate's long. You know, I think I've mentioned this before. Well, just imagine all the different people on this road that have driven on this road today. I guarantee you at least 500 of them are way smarter than me about certain things. You know? It's like, I have a lot of arrogance, I know that I do, but I'm well aware of it. And I don't know, it just kind of shocks me that anybody thinks that, like, they have the upper hand over, like, somebody else, you know, or they could tell somebody, like, oh, well, you should do this, you know? I mean, you're probably thinking that, well, why do you tell people that they should be on psychiatric drugs? Oh, well, because of all the mass shootings. That, and all the suicides, that, and, oh, the fact they're not talking about it and they're covering it up. That, and just the experience that I've had personally, and the experience that a lot of other people I've spoken to have had. And it's not just like people that are anti-psychiatry. It's people that are pro-psychiatry that I've met that have convinced me that, like, yeah, that's the right mindset to have, because, like, anytime everybody's doing something, I guarantee you it's wrong. Very rarely is everybody going to do something. It's going to be healthy. It's going to be positive. It's going to be spiritual. It's going to promote good mental health, positive psychology. You know, it's like everything's designed to fail us. Everything's designed to get us addicted and get us dependent on outside stimuli. They don't want us to connect with ourselves. They definitely don't want us to connect with God unless they can manipulate in some kind of, you know, political way, which they always do with every religion. You know, we're just fucking screwed. Anyway, but it's like I hear the same story from so many people that are on pills. They all say the same exact thing. Well, first of all, they're miserable. And they talk about, you know, all the times they get fucked up throughout the week and they hate their job and, you know, they don't believe in God, of course. But it's like cool to not believe in God. It's cool to like be depressed and shit. Like then you can have something you can be like, yeah, my life sucks and yeah, like I'm prescribed Ativan and yeah. Life sucks. Yeah, sometimes I wake up and like I just like immediately like I get on my phone and I go on like Trump's Twitter and I just like want to kill myself. Like, you know, like fuck Trump. Like this is seriously how every white hipster piece of shit acts at a coffee shop. Doesn't matter where that coffee shop is located. They all behave the same exact way. Anyway. Sorry, I saw something on the side of the road and I didn't know what the fuck it was. And so like I had to switch lanes to get away from it. And I was like, you don't even know what you're doing. And I realized that I was right. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I think that that's the fun of it. When I don't know what I'm doing, it's like I have the opportunity. Fuck! Fuckity fuck! That's how much I don't like the government. But that would not happen with the private contractor. Anyway. See, like, I'm a hypocrite. I'm a total hypocrite, you know? Like, I talk a bunch of shit and I complain about a bunch of other people talking shit and, you know, I say, oh, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. And then I complain about people telling everybody else, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. The thing is, I know what I'm talking about. It's just, I want people to read more. That's all. If I could inspire anybody to do anything, it would be that. And I'm not saying, oh, just read the books that I've read. I mean, I'd hope that you would, but that's a little too far-fetched, you know, that's a little too much of a pipe dream there. But yeah, hold on, I'm gonna put my seatbelt back on because I'm about to get on the main road up here, putting on my pretend seatbelt, gonna make myself look like I'm strapped in, but that's a mirage. Ha 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 ha. My friend Todd just gave me a bunch of shit, like a bunch of new musical shit. Like a keyboard / synthesizer and some sampler stuff. They're all just like toys. They're like musical toys. Isn't that cool? I think it's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. I'm gonna try to use it on stage. Do you guys see me yet? Do you see me? You see me? Kind of, sort of, not really. Anyway. Yeah, we are finally at the place where we were gonna go before. You know, if I hadn't taken a little detour, I just would have been here 20 minutes ago. That's all that really means. But anyway, I think that the reason why so many people are boring and lame and pathetic is because they don't allow themselves to not be that way. They take all the stuff that's like given to them, whether it's prescribed to them or it's supplied to them, like through a phone or just through advertisements or through school, through the university. You know, I mean, that's why everybody's so brainwashed. And it's not just like they're brainwashed with political ideologies that don't work, but they're brainwashed with just like the way that they think society is. They're brainwashed with what they think they need to buy. They're brainwashed with what they think they need to take in order to like not kill themselves. And I mean, these are people that it's just like, man, I can't believe that they're not suicidal, like based on how like their life is going nowhere, absolutely nowhere. You know, like the song "Road to Nowhere" by Talking Heads, like one of the greatest bands ever, by the way. You should check them out if you haven't already. I'm probably gonna listen to them when I get home. Anyway, I'm on my destination. I know I've already said that.